Again, I'd like to just tell you a story so I know I get one up front. It's a story about integration, more or less. It was a bus driver, and he had a bus full of kids, and they were all in the bus arguing about black and white, what was right and what was wrong, who was right and who was wrong. And the bus driver just got fed up with all the conversation about black and white, so he stopped the bus and told all the kids to get off. And he walked outside with them. He said, look, I'm tired of all this bickering about race and who's right and who's wrong, who's rich and who's poor, who lives in the ghetto, who lives in the mansions. He said, from now on, if you're gonna ride this bus, everybody's green. You got it? Everyone's green. He said, get on the bus. Dark green's in the back, light green's in the front. Well, I like to say that you guys sure worked me over tonight. I've heard Dean Martin say nicer things about milk. Dean Martin made a special trip to be here tonight. He left the floor. And it's nice to see my friend Steve Allen here. Steve has done as much for comedy as Elizabeth Ray has done for typing. I'm glad Slappy White showed. Slappy thinks he's in big time tonight. So let me tell you something, Slappy. Being on a Dean Martin roast is as important as being a beauty mark on the Wanda page. And Joe Garage? You were a credit to the game of baseball. Even though Joe is in television now, his first love is still baseball. I know because at 3 o'clock this morning, I saw him at a bar with a couple of bats. And Nipsey, you look good tonight. I mean, I didn't know Fruit of the Loom made tuxedos. Nipsey, I just heard they published your book of poems. Makes me glad I can't read. I'm glad that Milton Berle is here. It's a shame he isn't on TV every week. Kraft was gonna give him a show of his own, but he aged before the cheese did. But a nice thing did happen to Milton last week. They made him honorary pin boy on Celebrity Bowling. And there's my old buddy Marty Allen. I've seen afros before, but your hair looks like a pregnant haystack. And there's brother George Kirby. Really good buddy. George is a big favorite on television talk shows. That's because he can't make it on the joke shows. George is appearing at Las Vegas at the International House of Pancakes. I'm honored to have Mr. Orson Welles here, though, and I mean that with great respect. I respect him because he always is reading books. The only book I ever read was one by Dr. David Rubin. Everything you always wanted to know about sex, but he left out the most important part, where to get it. And I want to thank my maid, Liz Torres, for being here. I understand she's Puerto Rican. I once had a Puerto Rican working for me who was my valet. He was very good at removing spots from my pants. 5 spots, 10 spots, 20. I don't know much about Puerto Ricans. I always thought Puerto Ricans were a Mexican with a job. Abe Vigoda. We don't usually get stars of your caliber on these roasts. I mean, but tonight we had to lower our standards. and Don Rickles. I mean, he's mean. I mean, he's real mean. Whenever he gets out to Disneyland, his favorite ride is the Tunnel of Hate. Don was at the dentist this morning. He was getting his fangs capped. You gotta excuse my friend, though, Isaac Hayes, for how he did tonight. You see, before Isaac got in the show business, he used to be a Roto-Rooter man. and he just can't shake the habit of going down the drain. And of course, there's Aunt Esther, Miss LaWanda Page. 3,000 manholes in this town, and she had to drop in here. Listen, first time I met LaWanda was at a party, and she came topless. Her upper plate fell out. You just sit there, LaWanda. You work me over now. I got some things to say about you. Get a load of that face. Looked like a wedding cake that was left out in the rain. She checked in the motel last night. They gave her a room with an ugly rest mattress. Oh, before I forget, I just want to say I'm inviting everyone here on Diaz to dinner. Everyone except you, LaWanda. Have some ribs sent up to your room. They'll be attached to Nipsey Russell. Good night, everyone.